Hello and welcome to the All Things Leeds podcast. It's episode 44. I'm NkGhTg, and joining me in the studio is, as always, my co-host Charles Foster. Hello.
Hi mate, you alright?
Yeah, not bad, are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Just traffic was very bad today getting here, but other
yeah,
than
it's
that,
awful as well.
And the weather's really crap. It's
yeah,
really cold.
I mean, it was pitch black at about 4 o'clock this afternoon. It's getting darker and darker earlier and earlier now. So it's just depressing, really. It's just depressing.
At least there's a lot of football on.
Yeah, there is a lot of football on, and a lot of football is going to be on over the next few weeks as the international break is over, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm also a year older as well. 21 years old.
You were, yeah.
I turned on Saturday. I'm an old man now. I'm an old man.
You are. You denied that earlier, but you definitely are.
I'm an old man. Well, it's just us two this week in the studio, but plenty to discuss in this episode. We'll look back at the Leeds United under-23s and their past couple of games. We'll look at the women's team as well, and we'll be joined by Andrew Dalton, also known as Stats, to talk about the Leeds United women's team. We'll look back on the international break as well and the Leeds players who were on international duty. There's also plenty of other bits of news to discuss, including Pablo Hernandez signing a new contract extension at Leeds United, and we will of course look ahead to Leeds United's next couple of games. First, it's a trip to Luton Town on Saturday, and then we're away at Reading on Tuesday night. Plenty coming up here on the All Things Leeds podcast. Now, before we get into anything, we do just want to send our well wishes to former Leeds United player, a legend, Don Matteo, who was rushed into hospital last week to remove a brain tumour. Matteo, who is 45 years old, has since come out of intensive care at Leeds General Infirmary, and his friend Simon Ross, radio presenter and voiceover artist, he did say on Twitter that he was in incredible form, chatting, talking football, joking, and very positive, and immensely grateful to all the hospital staff at the LGI. Amazing recovery after a call that they went on. So it sounds like Don Matteo's doing really well, or as good as he can be at the moment. But we do just want to send out our well wishes to Don Matteo, to me and Charles and everyone at All Things Leeds. Well wishes to Don Matteo. Hopefully he makes a full and speedy recovery. Well, let's get into the Leeds United women's den. I can gladly say that we are now joined over the phone by Andrew Dalton, also known as Stats. Hello.
Good evening, boys. You well?
Yeah, not bad at all. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. First of all, just on Don Matteo, I spoke to John Bradley on Saturday when I was at Saturday or Friday when the news broke. He's in good spirits. He's doing really well. Obviously, a hero with Leeds fans after his performances in the Champions League and his club captaincy. So, start with a bit of good news with Don Matteo, and obviously, hopefully to see him back up and running. Of course, he participated in my book as well. So, yeah, someone I've grown to get quite close to.
Yeah, and hopefully he's doing as good as it can be right now. Well, Stats, for last time we talked to you, your book had just launched. But how did the entire launch go for you? How was all that?
Unbelievable. It was very surreal with it all. I walked into the Centenary Pavilion on the night and saw the kit with my book, and then getting pictures with Liam Cooper with my book. Just utterly bonkers. Something I'm very, very proud of. I'm very proud to see. It's something that I will cherish, I think, for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I went into the Leeds United shop in White Rose the other week and I saw that book. It's a really big book, isn't it?
Yes, it took me a while to do. It took me 18 months to get the thing done, from sort of having the first idea, the original ideas, to have it finished. So yeah, something I'm extremely proud of, and I just hope people like it. So you always going to get positive and negative feedback with things like that, but it seems like the feedback has been mostly positive.
Awesome. How does it feel to see your name on a book on a shelf in the Leeds United club shop?
Very surreal. I've had it a couple of times with previous books. I've co-authored, John Howe did an absolutely phenomenal job with the Top 100, and then I co-authored the second one with Heidi Haig, Leeds United in 1980. But to have your own book is something that I am extremely proud of, and something that I can look back on in years to come.
Absolutely. How many have you signed so far?
Probably about 1,000, which is even more surreal, because that's something you don't have to do every day. So yeah, but something I'm extremely proud of.
Brilliant. Well, of course, we have brought you on to talk about the Leeds United women's team as well. Of course, you work for LUTV, you cover all their games. I'm fully enjoying watching all the highlights and all of the post-match interviews on YouTube and everything. It's really, really good that you're all doing that. But of course, Leeds United women's, they beat Durham 4-2 away last Sunday. That made it 3 away wins in the space of a week, while also moving up to second in the league table. They just keep on winning games, don't they?
Yeah, they've had a really, really good start to the season. They're currently second in the league at the moment, Ed, and they're flying. They've had a brilliant week. Started off last Sunday. They went to Stockport County, found themselves 3-1 down, and one fantastic, brilliant comeback 5-3. Millie Kenyon proving a real instant hit since she signed on. Rebecca Hunt amongst the goals as well. Then they had a tricky game, a real range game at Bradford on a mud bath of a pitch on Thursday night, which was never easy. The rain was coming down. It was a horrible, horrible conditions. Great win, 3-0 up down there at Bradford. And then they finished it off with what can I describe, I think, the punch of the season against Durham on Sunday, Durham Sestria. Again, really tricky game. You'd think that with the heavy conditions, the boggy pitch at Bradford might have made it quite difficult, but no, they kept the game and they were absolutely brilliant on Sunday, and that they're going to sort of got a little break now before the play. I think it's Nottingham Forest in their League Cup plate game in a couple of weeks' time, but they're going into that in good heart, and they're currently second in the league just behind Barnsley.
Yeah, the 3 points below the league leaders, Barnsley, of course, in the FA Women's National League North. I mean, surely promotion to the Championship is the aim for them this season.
Yeah, it's difficult because only one team gets promoted, but that is the aim. And obviously it's going to be nip and tuck, I think, between Leeds, Barnsley and Brickhouse for the remainder of the campaign. But as I've said to the girls, that you can only sort of concentrate on your own performances and everything else will take care of itself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, who should me and Charles watch out for throughout this season?
Obviously, Bridie Hannon, the captain, at the back. She's a rock at the back with Jodie Hunter and Kath Hamill. Rebecca Hunt, Emily Cassidy, absolutely brilliant in midfield. And they've just signed a girl, Millie Kenyon, who down at O'Hearn Hall at Sheffield United. Wow, what a player. What a player. I think she's got 5 goals in 3 games.
Yeah.
She just takes goals for fun at the moment. So, yeah, there's a few stars out there, and I'm very proud to still be part of it, and very proud to watch them on a weekly basis.
Yeah, and it's absolutely brilliant that the women's team are getting a lot more media coverage from the main Leeds United accounts. You do a lot of post-match interviews. That's getting uploaded to the YouTube channels. It's great to watch.
Football club, and that's it to LUTV as well, because they are obviously doing every game. They're doing the highlights of every game as well. So it's very enjoyable, and if somehow they can get promoted, this has been absolutely fantastic team, and they're keen on to that Premier League next season. Look, they've got a long way to go. There's a lot of football to be played without something cliched, but that's the top and bottom of it. But they're in a very good position, and hopefully, come the new year, they'll get up to the top spot and hopefully stay there.
Yeah, hopefully they do. Me and Charles will be keeping an eye on it throughout the entire season. We're really looking forward to seeing how they go on. Hopefully they keep on winning games, and hopefully they do get promoted. But yeah, you enjoy watching them all the time. I'll be sure to come up to one game in the future.
Yeah. And they are free entry up at Thorpe Park. Yep. For the home games, if anyone does want to come and watch them, and they won't be disappointed because the girls play some fantastic stuff. Yeah,
it's absolutely fantastic standard. Even in the 3rd division in the women's football pyramid.
They're in the 1st division, so when they get into the Premier Division, it's regionalised at the moment. I think they're a couple of years away from Super League. To being a championship, WSL side. Right. But the way it's going, they've got every chance because, as I say, they are playing some lovely stuff at the moment. They're taking each game as it comes, and they've got every opportunity to go and win promotion.
Absolutely. Well, as I said, me and Charles will keep an eye on it. Hopefully, they do really well. But thank you very much for joining us, Stats. I really do appreciate your insight on it all.
Lovely.
Speak to you soon, mate.
Bye.
Always good to hear from Stats, isn't it?
Nice way from him.
Yeah, and letting us know all about the Leeds United women. So it's a really, really good team, Charles, isn't it?
Yeah, it's impressive. I mean, especially this season, they've been really impressive, which has kind of helped alleviate the pain of not having a great under-23 start to the season from the lads in general, as we'll get onto in a bit. But yeah, they've been really good. They've got some good players and there's some good signings in. Orta's been really good at signing players for the women's team and the youth teams. He's brought in some really, really good players.
Yeah, and of course it's fantastic. You know, when Andrew Stats came in, one of the first things he did was relaunch the women's team, which is just fantastic. And it's another team to watch as Leeds United fans, another team to keep an eye on in it.
Was it Chileno that got rid of the women's team? Was it GFH?
I think it might have been GFH. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but I certainly know that they weren't around when Andrew Stats came in, and then he brought them back, and it's fantastic. Women's team doing really, really well this season, as I said there. A 4-2 win away at Durham last Sunday, making it 3 away wins in the space of a week, moving to second in the league table, 3 points below league leaders Barnsley. So hopefully they do really well, keep on winning games, and hopefully they do win that promotion. Now, where we left you last week, the Leeds United under-23s were playing against Derby County under-23s away at Loughborough University. That was we recorded that last Wednesday night, so the Leeds United under-23s were currently playing then, and at the time we left you, they were 3-0 down in the Premier League Cup, and the goals kept on flying in. It finished 7-1, a 7-1 loss in the end for the Leeds United under-23s. Charles, this is not good.
No, it wasn't. I think the fact that we had a lot of youth players away on international duty, and it was a bit of a mix and match team, didn't help. But obviously, in general, you can't defend 7-1 loss. That's just a poor performance. There's not really much you can say about that, other than they had a. Did Derby have Mason Bennett in?
Yeah, Derby had Mason Bennett in.
For some reason, he's not in jail, so he's playing the under-23s.
Yeah, it kind of felt like I felt like how Watford probably felt like when they came to Elland Road the other month and got battered 6-0. Because, of course, Luke Kaelin played in there. They tweeted out that he's made well over 100 appearances for the first team, NkGhTg. So I kind of know how they feel now.
If you dish it out, you got to take it. And now and again, we are going to get battered.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is.
Yeah. But, of course, it has been the international break, though. So there was no Alfred McCalmont. There was no Elan Meslier. There was no Jack Clark. There were no Mateusz Bogusz, who were all the way on international duty. So, we're quite a thin squad going away to Derby, who played their football at Loughborough University Stadium. Didn't even know that Loughborough University had a stadium. I almost went there.
I'm not sure you would have made much of a difference, mate.
No, I wouldn't have made much of a difference. But
in fact, had you gone there, I never would have met you.
That's very, very true. A thin squad for the Leeds United under-23s there, but you can't really defend a 7-1 loss, not at all.
At least we scored.
Yep, at least we scored a goal. It came in like the 3rd minute of added time, and I loved how the goal scorer went and grabbed the ball from the back of the net, like we were going to make some sort of
as if you were on track to equalise. you just go off and have a celebrate, wouldn't you? You just go over to the fans.
Yeah, go over to the fans and mock over Derby fans because they really enjoyed themselves too much. I'd say the Derby County fans.
I mean, what are they, 14th, 15th?
Yeah, exactly.
In the actual league, they don't wish to celebrate.
They need something to cheer about, don't they, I guess.
Is Cocu still their manager? Philip Cocu, is he still their manager?
I believe so, yeah.
How can that be? I don't understand.
How can it be?
He's trying to get that team of terrible hoofball merchants to play Bielsa ball, and they're awful at it. Have you seen their attempts at passing out from the back?
Yeah. Well, they don't have the players to do it.
They can see goals all the time.
Yeah. They don't have the players to do it, do they? So.
Anyway, we're getting wild off track.
Yeah, we are. The Derby fans need something to celebrate about. Yeah. So let them enjoy it. A 7-1 loss in the Premier League Cup. So I'm guessing we're out of the cup. Or is it group stage?
I think it's
group stage.
It's like a World Cup group is the cups at youth level. You're in like 4 groups. So not 4. You're in a 4 team group. So I think we'll be bottom of the league.
Probably.
we're getting hammered that badly, but you know, it's got to pull it back. And if it isn't like that, if it's like a knockout thing, then at least we've not lost that much in the league.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a learning curve, isn't it, for human 23s, though, I guess? 7-1 loss. It's a learning curve.
Well, they are the reserves. I mean, obviously, modern football has kind of combined reserve squads and under 23 squads, so they are the reserves. So, yeah, they can afford to have a poor game. It was a poor game, but as we'll get onto now, they did go on and Make it right.
Yeah, so they did win their last game, the next game after that. They played against Barnsley under-23s, which included Clarkador, the man with myth legend that is Clarkador. I love Clarkador when he was at Leeds. I really wanted him to make the first team.
He was a good player.
I really did. But yeah, they played against Barnsley under-23s at Thorpe Arch last Monday in the Professional Development League. Strong team for Leeds United too. Pablo Hernandez, Barry Douglas, they played in the first half. Bavard came on at half-time, so a pretty strong squad there compared to the squad that faced Derby in the previous game, and it was a 2-0 win as well. 1-0 at half-time. Ryan Edmondson putting Leeds ahead after 4 minutes. Ryan Edmondson, good to see him again and scoring goals.
Yeah, it was a good goal. It was, I think it was McCarron who kind of worked it up past the full-back onto the byline and just kind of crossed it in, and Edmondson just tapped it in far post. It was a good goal.
Yeah.
Do you remember Bobby Kenwa? I've just been thinking about that.
I don't know.
He was in the under-18s. He was looking like a proper rising star. I hadn't heard about him for ages.
Yeah,
I have to look that up at some point when I've got internet and I'm not writing 12,000 words of uni work. I'll definitely get on with that. But yeah, this was a good win. Back to winning ways. It's the first win in 6 games, so it was kind of desperate. We really needed to win.
Yeah, we really needed to win. Yeah, as you said, first win in 6 games. We went on a really, really poor run, and that 7-1 just put the icing on the cake there. That 7-1 loss, but back to winning ways again to bounce back. 2-0 win. Ryan Emerson and John Stevens making it 2-0 in the second half of 53 minutes. So a good win there, and it's fantastic for the under-23s. A learning curve in that 7-1 defeat, I feel, and it's great for them to be able to bounce back after such a heavy defeat and get back to winning ways.
Yeah. Oh, so you have to stop the rot at some point. We've been on these sort of runs before, and they're not nice. You need to kind of get. Even if you don't lose, it's fine. But now obviously with them getting back to winning ways, they can kick on from this and hopefully finish higher up the table than they are currently. Yeah,
because we are quite low down in the table. We won the league last season, and now this season we're not doing too great. But yeah, hopefully this win.
Bear in mind we have promoted a lot of players, like Jamie Shackleton's been promoted.
Yeah, we have.
But Robbie Gotts is spending a lot of time in the first team, although he never gets on the pitch. Leif Davis is obviously more of a first team player now than an under-23s player, although he does still regularly play for them. So we are kind of moving the kind of core of the squad on towards the first team. So you are always going to get that wobble. Prime example is when we won the league in 1992. The following season, we finished 17th, and we almost got relegated. And we had much a similar team, really. So it does happen. Look at Leicester after they won the league the following year; they almost got relegated as well.
Yeah, Chelsea as well. They won the league. Kind
of champion syndrome, isn't it? You kind of you fall off.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully that win over Barnsley does. Of course, back to winning ways. Hopefully they do kick off from that and go on a nice good run. That'd be really, really good. Of course, it has been the international break, so there's no Leeds United first team game to look back on. But plenty of Leeds United players have been out on international duty this past week. 8 players in total. So the first was Stuart Dallas in the Northern Ireland squad for 2 very important games in Group C of the Euro 2020 qualifications. Northern Ireland, they drew 0-0 at home to Netherlands at home. That was last Saturday. But then they got battered 6-1 away to Germany on Tuesday, so they haven't qualified for the Euros, unfortunately. Stuart Dallas, he didn't play against Germany.
They went 1-0 up in that game as well.
Yeah, they did. A really good goal as well.
Banging strike, 25 yards, bottom corner.
Fantastic goal from Michael Smith.
But they still got bad. Dallas has got some kind of hamstring strain. I wouldn't go as far as calling it it's not a tear. I don't think it's a tear or anything like that. I think he's just twinged. He said he just felt something in his hamstring, so maybe it's a strain or something like that.
Yeah,
he might be out for a week or 2, which is just helpful because we've got loads of depth at left back.
we do as well, don't we?
Because we've got Alioski out, now Dallas out, so I think we're gonna have to start
just
Lee
Davis. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully Stuart Dallas isn't out for too long. But I'm guessing the reason Northern Ireland got battered 6-1 away to Germany was because Bailey Pickford was playing in that.
I mean, I think it's more the case that Germany have a much better team than Northern Ireland.
Yeah,
and always have.
But Bailey Pickford was poor. It was poor.
Well, all right, we're not going to slam him anymore because he's not a Leeds player, so I don't actually care.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was probably he was poor in that game.
Yeah, he was. Mateusz Klich, he also played 20 minutes for the Poland international team in their 2-1 win away at Israel from last Saturday, but he didn't play during their 3-2 win at home against Slovenia last Tuesday. But Poland have won Group G by 6 points to qualify for Euro 2020. So, good luck to Poland there. Hopefully we'll see Mateusz Klich play regularly in a major tournament. That'll be really, really nice.
I'd like to see that, but I don't expect it.
No, probably not.
Who did Poland play in midfield?
I'm not sure. I'm not a Poland expert. We need Chris on the podcast.
Chris will be ideal for this question.
He would. He would. Should we give him a call? But no, Poland, they've qualified for Euro 2020. So, big congratulations to Mateusz Klich and Poland. Hopefully we see Klich play regularly there. Tyler Roberts, he was called up to the Wales squad but did not play for them during their 2 Group E games. Wales went and beat Azerbaijan 2-0 away last Saturday and then beat Hungary 2-0 at home on Tuesday. They finished second in Group E and qualified for Euro 2020, so congratulations to Roberts. Tyler Roberts, don't really care about Wales, so congratulations to Tyler Roberts.
For some reason he holds a grudge against Wales. I'm not sure why.
I just support England. I don't care about any of the other home nations.
No, I don't.
I just like England.
I don't either, really. I kind of half support Ireland because I'm half Irish.
I mean, I wanted Wales to not win.
That's the Republic of Ireland, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't really... as much as I love Stuart Dallas, I'm not really bothered about Northern Ireland, how they do in the tournament. I think we should... I mean, Ryan Giggs taking Tyler Roberts on a 10-hour plane ride to Azerbaijan for him not to play a game is a bit of a piss take, really. And then he had to fly all the way back. Yeah. And obviously we're playing Luton. He's going down to London this weekend to go to Luton as well. Yeah. So yeah,
he'll be shattered.
Cheers for that, Ryan, because he's playing. He's a member of our starting 11. Yeah. So yeah, brilliant. Yeah. But right, so should we move on?
Yeah, we'll move on. But congratulations to Tyler Roberts. I don't really care about the entire rest of the Wales team.
I thought you were going to say I don't care about the entire population of Wales.
I do, but I'm only bothered about England qualifying. I'm not bothered about all the other nations. Mateusz Bogusz, he was subbed off in second half as Poland under 21s lost 3-0 away at Bulgaria under 21s, so not good for him there. Alfie McCarmont, he scored an absolute screamer in Northern Ireland's under 21s 1-1 draw with Hungary under 21s at home last week. Did you see that goal?
Yeah, very good goal.
It's fantastic.
He's got Rudy Austin syndrome. He only scores worldies. He's just banging them in from distance.
Yeah, incredible goal in a friendly. But he did play the full 90 minutes in the 0-0 draw at home against Romania under 21s. So yeah, Alfie McCarmont, a really good international call-up, that one there. Really good goal. If you haven't seen it, go to Leeds United's Twitter, and they tweeted it out last week. So yeah, go look at it. Ilan Meslier, he was called up to the France under 21s, but did not play in any of their 2 games this week. If anyone is interested, the France under 21s won 3-2 at home over Georgia under 21s. That was last Friday, and then they lost 3-1 away at Switzerland under 21s last Tuesday. Jack Clark, he featured for the England under 20s as they beat Portugal under 20s 4-0 away, and then beat Iceland under 20s 3-0 at home. And Noah Kenner, he was also called up to the England under 17 squad. I couldn't really find any results for that one. But we'll move on. So yeah, those 8 players are on international duty this week, and hopefully Stuart Dallas is not out for too long. That'll be quite dreadful. England. They played their 2 remaining Group A games this week, and they of course won them both. Won both of those games quite convincingly as well. So they thrashed Montenegro 7-0 at home last Thursday night, and then beat Kosovo 4-0 away on Sunday. Did you enjoy watching these?
I mean, I enjoyed the goals, but I thought the games themselves were quite boring.
They were. I mean, I think I was watching the Montenegro game and I was enjoying the first half. Goals were flying in. Second half, What's 5-0 at half time, 2 goals in the second half.
I texted you at half time and said that it would finish 7-0.
Well, I predicted
with it being a slower game in the second half, and it was I was perfectly right.
Yeah, well, I predicted 10-0 on last week's podcast. I think Alfie actually predicted 7-0 for the game, so he probably got that spot on. But I predicted 10-0, and I texted you at half time. 10-0's on. 10-0's on. You guys laughed at me when I predicted 10-0.
I never thought I'd get to 10. 10's just too much.
Yeah. But yeah, 7-0. But when there wasn't a goal every 5 minutes, it did get quite boring.
I mean, I'm not an American. I can enjoy sport without a goal being scored every 2 minutes, but the general play just wasn't very good.
I mean, I find myself watching England games. I just sit there, and for the majority of the game, I'm just looking at my phone, and then I look up. I hear the crowd cheering, and I'm like, oh, England have scored. I watch the replays, I see the replays, good goal, and then just go back to my phone.
Because it's boring when there's no kind of competition. Because Kosovo and Montenegro, with the greatest respect, are not great teams.
No, they're not.
So when England are playing them, they just tend to batter them. So it's just quite boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be like watching someone like pulled out of a supermarket and put in like a boxing ring with Mike Tyson. It's not very entertaining. It's just one person just battering another person.
Yeah. Shout out to Kosovo fans, by the way. They held up England flags during our national anthem. Really, really good from the Kosovo fans there.
Yeah, because we pretty sure it's in the Blair government we liberated them because they were. What was that country they're near? Just to the north of Kosovo. I think it's Serbia. I think they were a bit of a civil war going on there, and Britain were one of the countries to send relief troops to help them establish their independence. So they're big fans of us over there.
Yeah.
And apparently, all the people who went over, all the England fans were getting bought like free pints off locals and stuff, and they were getting really well welcomed, like free meals and.
Yeah, which is awesome. And you're right, Serbia is just above Kosovo. Fantastic from the Kosovo fans there. Really made the England fans welcome in their country, and holding up England flags during our national anthem. Really, really good from the Kosovo fans. A big respect for them there. But sadly, the game wasn't as entertaining as the one in Southampton. Well, that was like 5-3 or something, was it? I don't quite remember the proper score. I think it was 5-3.
Yeah, it was 5-3. This game was like 1-0 till about the 70th minute.
Yeah, well, it was 1-0 until I think the last 5 minutes, and then we just blasted in for goals.
They just started making mistakes, so they punished them for it. But yeah, England can count themselves quite fortunate because 4-0 looks more flattering than the game.
Yeah, it does. It
actually
does.
Was.
Yeah, absolutely. But 2 wins there for England. Job done. Qualified for the Euro 2020s. Happy days, Charles.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'd have been with the group we had. I'd been fairly annoyed if we didn't qualify.
Yeah.
I expect England to qualify for tournaments. I don't expect England to win every tournament. We've only ever won one major tournament, but I expect us to qualify every year.
Yeah.
And not every year, obviously every tournament. We don't qualify every year. Every time we're playing in qualifiers, I expect us to do well. And I think it was. The upside is a record number of goals. I think it was 34 goals.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure about that figure. It's somewhere in the mid-30s of goals, and but we have looked vulnerable defensively.
Yeah, but we did lose one game, of course. In
Czech Republic,
stage. The first qualifying loss for 10 years.
Yeah, we look poor. It reminds me of Leeds, really. We just look poor off corners.
Yeah.
And we're a bit England are a bit vulnerable to the counter attack.
Yeah.
Because there's too much distance between the likes of Declan Rice and Harry Winks.
Yeah. And
Harry Maguire and who else was playing in centre back for England?
Well, you got Michael Keane as
not
well.
Not Michael Keane. Someone a footballer.
Tyrone Mings.
It was Mings. Yeah, it was Mings playing with him. There was too much distance there, which is where a certain KP Calvin Phillips would be perfect.
Yeah. I mean, Marcelo Bielsa plays better football than Gareth Southgate in England. We honestly, Leeds United will probably beat England.
I mean, Sterling is the most entertaining player to watch for England, but
Jadon Sancho as well. He's good.
But the player I like watching the most is Ben Chilwell for England. I think he's really good.
Oh, he's really good. The left back,
extremely good, extremely good delivery, good defensively. Just really enjoy watching him.
Yeah. Should any Leeds United players be in that England team? Do you think go into the Euros?
I mean, I would like to see Ben White and Calvin Phillips in
there. I think there is a big Calvin Phillips hole that needs filling in the England team.
But Ben White isn't our player. He's Brighton's player.
He isn't. But it would be nice to see Ben White in the England team because he is a fantastic centre-back, is Ben White. He is absolutely brilliant. He is one of the best centre-backs I have seen in a long time.
I think if we go up and we go up convincingly, he will be in the conversation. So,
and if QSI take over, he will definitely be ours.
I'm not too sure about that, but we'll see.
Yeah, Ben White, he needs to be in the England team for me. He's going to be right up. He's going to play top level football. Is Ben White absolutely? And for me as well, Calvin Phillips, he should be in the England team. I think there's a really big hole in midfield that should be filling.
I was watching a 5 Live interview the other day where they were going on about. I think they had Micah Richards on, or Micah Richards, however you pronounce it. Obviously, former Leeds youth product. He went on to Aston Villa for a long time. They were talking to him about the possibility of Calvin Phillips being in the England conversation. And yeah, there was a couple of smug commentators on there saying, "Oh yeah, he wouldn't get in the top teams. He wouldn't get in the top teams."
Of course,
it's like, well, yeah, they were saying, "Oh yeah, he wouldn't get in the Liverpool team." Yeah, fair enough. He might not. Fabinho's better than him.
Yeah.
But they're saying he wouldn't get in the Spurs team. It was like
he'd get in the Spurs team.
In the current Spurs team, he would get in there. I think he's better than Winks. I mean, he'd easily get in the West Ham team above Declan Rice, in my opinion. Obviously, Leicester, indeed, he's probably better than him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he'd be in the conversation.
Like, he'd be in the Everton team.
He would be in the Everton team.
I mean, Calvin Phillips is a fantastic player, and I think it's about time Gareth Southgate and whoever manages England in the future, they need to start looking at Championship players. Because you look at Wales, Dan James, who's been called up, he was playing Championship football last season.
Tammy Abraham.
Now Tammy Abraham, Tyrone Mings.
Former Championship players.
It's like these players, Tammy Abraham, Tyrone Mings, they're not playing any different from what they were doing in the Championship. It's just because they're playing for Premier League clubs. Gareth Southgate thinks, these guys will be good for England. Just start looking at the Championship a lot more.
There's a bit of kind of snaring towards Championship clubs from the Premier League, though. There's a bit of kind of a lot of disrespect there. They don't think the league is difficult whatsoever, and that's mainly because they come down with multi-million pound squads. But the fact is, in this league, you have to have a good squad and you have to perform.
Yeah, exactly.
Well. And there are some very, very good players in the Championship, as proven by the fact the Championship gets poached every year by Prem teams.
Exactly,
it does happen every year.
And the fact is as well, teams who have gone up from a Championship recently, Leicester, they won the Premier League in their second season back.
Yep, Wolves.
Yeah, I mean, they bought a load of new players, didn't they?
Then they went up and they finished Europa League spot immediately.
But Leicester had pretty much the same side that they got promoted with in that Premier League.
Bournemouth obviously went up and then regularly finished mid-table.
Yeah. So teams from the Championship do well in the Premier. Sheffield United are up there. Basically the same team, and they're 8th, 7th?
They're above Arsenal.
Above Man United as well.
That is funny.
Above Man United, above Spurs, and above Arsenal.
I mean, it'd be funny if it wasn't so tragic that it's not us.
I mean, I do hope Sheffield United don't qualify for the Europa League because I don't think we'd be able to.
It's looking very unlikely, but I actually hope they go down. Although, to be fair, I would love it if we went up because we could have I can't remember the last Yorkshire derby that the Premier League had.
I just want them to finish mid-table, Sheffield United. Just mid-table. Don't finish in the Europa League place, please. Otherwise, Sheffield United fans will be unbearable. I work with a Sheffield United fan at Farsley Celtic. And yeah, he's always on about me.
I'm telling you now, they'll have a dip in the middle of the season. They'll finish between 12th and 14th, and that'll be it. And that'll be fine.
Hopefully. But yeah, back on to England. Leeds United players, they should be in there. Calvin Phillips, he needs a chance in a friendly. Just give him a chance in a friendly. And Ben White as well. I think he will be up there. I think he'll play Champions League football in a few years' time. I really, really do. But yeah, early predictions for Euro 2020?
What, as in where England are going to...
Yeah.
Probably semi-final.
Semi-final?
Again.
Will we not win it?
Semi-final in the Nations League, semi-final in the World Cup, semi-final in the Euros. Beaten in all three.
Will we not win it?
No.
No, we'll win it.
I think France and Germany have got better squads than we do. And I think there's still some defensive issues with England that haven't been resolved. And I think the better teams will punish us. I'm looking forward to seeing Italy back, though. They've qualified.
Yeah, that should be good. It's been a while since Italy have been in a major tournament.
I missed them at the World Cup.
Yeah,
they are a mainstay of the World Cup.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, hopefully England do well in Euro 2020 next season. But yeah, the international break is over now. Thank goodness. No more international football for I think 7 months. There's no more international football.
Is it March or April? The next one is.
Yeah, I think it's around Easter time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So around
5 months.
5-6 months, yeah. But yeah, proper football, league football is back this weekend. I'm really looking forward to it, and we'll of course look ahead to Leeds United's upcoming games soon. But first, there's plenty of bits of news to go over, and these QSI takeover rumours just won't go away, will they? I'm kind of fed up of talking about it, really. But ESPN they produced an article last week to say that the PSG owners are quote unquote closing in on a takeover of Leeds United. The article tells us absolutely no new information about it. no new information. It's just the same stuff that we knew about 4 months ago. It's a pointless article.
They've just done it for clicks.
They have.
It's a slow news week, and they know if they stick QSI and Leeds United in a tweet, they're going to get clicks.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an absolutely pointless article. It tells us no new things. Don't really fall for it. It's absolutely pointless, this article. They've told us the exact same things that we knew, but they've just put, it's closing in.
There's a lot of conjecture about it, because I think they value the club at like 45, 50 million, but like Radrizzani values it at like 100 million.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is an unreasonable figure given the value of some of the players we've got. Because, I mean, you've got...
Well, Radrizzani bought the club for 50 million, was it?
I think he did, and then he spent 20 on the stadium.
Yeah. And then we got... Yeah, so that adds £20 million. You've got Calvin Phillips, who's probably worth £30 million. You've got many other players who are worth a lot of money.
Elder Costa's probably 15.
Yeah, so surely it is £100 million, Leeds United.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think with the whole... Yeah, with the branding and marketing opportunities, they got the stadium, the training ground, you've got the players. I think the chance to put another Yorkshire club in the Premier League and actually, I mean, because this club has a lot of potential. I mean, it's so obvious to see. You can see that with a bit of effort and with a bit of
money,
a bit of money, and a bit of, I hate to say, but luck. We could be in the Premier League with a 50,000 seat stadium, earning some rich foreign owner a lot of money. You don't have to be a economic genius to see that. And but yeah, I mean, and especially when these guys have got billions. What is 100 million to one? They're like Bond villains, these lads. They own their own islands and stuff. Like, well, why can't I spend 100 million on my club?
Exactly. But yeah, this ESPN article tells us no new information. I think it's a load of rubbish. It's a pointless article. Don't really fall for any of it. Also, The Sun as well. Did you see The Sun article?
I don't read The Sun.
Well, they released an article basically saying this is the team that Leeds United could get if QSI took over, and the team involved Mbappe, Ozil, Jesse Rodriguez, and Jadon Sancho, and then just normal Leeds United players who currently play for us.
Which is of course all hypothetical.
Yeah,
crap.
I mean, basically they looked at what players QSI could possibly afford and stuck a fantasy team together. Basically, there's nothing to it
to get clicks.
Yeah, I think it's a load of rubbish. That, I mean, I'm studying sports journalism right now. I would hate myself if I studied journalism for so many years. I did journalism for 2 years at college as well before this 3-year course. So 5 years in total studying journalism. If I went to The Sun and produced an article saying, this is the team Leeds United could have if they had billionaire owners and stuck a fantasy team together, I'd be absolutely disappointed in myself.
Well,
it's awful.
You're assuming that the journalists that work at The Sun have any kind of moral fibre or backbone, which they don't. So
yeah,
they're quite happy to put anything forward to earn some money or get attention for their rag.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, Twitter journalism is awful in general anyway, for the most part.
Yeah.
Other than your well-known blue-tick journalists that everybody knows that's associated with each other, like David Ornstein for Arsenal and Phil Hay and Graham Smith, who are related to the clubs that they... and Adam Pope, obviously. Unless they work for... They are respectable, well-known journalists, then they're likely just the debate merchants that are just trying to generate as many clicks and as much attention for whatever they're writing for as possible, and that's what they are.
Yeah, but The Sun, dreadful, stupid, pointless article, and ESPN as well. I respect ESPN, but that article that they produced saying PSG owners are closing in and take over Leeds United, stupid, and a load of rubbish.
It's a slow news week because ESPN's American in it.
Yeah, it was ESPN UK.
And I'm gonna say ESPN Americans can't qualify for the Euro, so they'll have a slow week.
Yeah, so they're basically gone. Oh, it's a slow week. What will get clicks?
Yeah,
an article on Leeds United. So they produced these. But yeah, all rubbish. Just don't really fall for it. I'm really fed up of hearing about the QSI takeover rumours.
The next time I want to hear about it is when there's someone stood outside Elland Road shaking hands with Radrizzani, having his photo taken, handing over a big bag of money.
Yeah,
that's the next time I want to hear about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Some other bits of news to go over just quickly. So Leeds United announced the annual junior members Christmas party is back for 2019. It's take place on Sunday 22nd of December.
That's my year, mate.
I mean, I really enjoyed going to these growing up. Did you ever go to them growing up?
No, mate.
I did. I was a junior member, and I really loved these. These were a lot of fun. So any kids out there listening right now, just Sunday the 22nd of December, make sure you get yourself to it, because it is a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun. Jamie Shackleton, he helped turn on the Christmas lights in Meanwood last week. So, Jamie Shackleton getting my big call-ups.
I was in Meanwood last week.
Yeah. They have a really nice Italian restaurant in Meanwood. It's called Zucco's.
I've never been.
Really, really nice Italian
I
restaurant.
went to Aldi because I'm a student, so I had to buy some food.
But yeah, Zucco's, fantastic Italian restaurant there in Meanwood. Meanwood it's a fantastic place. And Jamie Shackleton turned on the Christmas lights in Meanwood. Also, former Leeds United midfielder Rudy Austin spoke to his current Danish side, Eds. I don't know how you pronounce this. It's Edge. Do you want to have a go?
I can't see it, mate.
It's on your running order that I've printed you.
It's
Probably
not.
on the other side.
I can't see it, mate.
Can you not?
No, I don't think you put it on here.
No, I did not put it on there. All right, it's spelled Esbjerg.
I don't want to pronounce that, mate.
Esbjerg.
I feel like at best I'm going to sound idiotic, and at worst I'm going to sound racist.
Yeah,
So I'm going to leave it there.
I mean, I already sound idiotic here.
I'm racist.
Yeah, Rudy Austin, he spoke to his current Danish side and told them a story about buying a car in Leeds. He said that he wanted to go and buy a red Audi, but the dealer said that he couldn't have it as he played for Leeds and he can't have anything red. Quite a funny story, this.
Yeah, it's just a bit weird, isn't it?
Superstitions, isn't it?
Just we're a weird fan base with a lot of like strange hang-ups on things that don't really matter, but we feel really do matter.
We are a really weird fan base, aren't we?
Yeah.
But yeah, once Leeds, always Leeds. Hopefully Rudy Austin is still not buying anything red. I hope that's stuck with him for
I always quite liked Rudy Austin at Leeds.
He was a good player. He scored a lot of really, really good goals. Really good goals.
He never scored any bad goals.
No.
When he didn't score like a huge number of goals, but all the goals he did score were normally quite good.
Yeah, they're really good. He was a really good midfielder. I really enjoyed having Rudy Austin at the club. It was
definitely not the worst midfielder I've ever seen. That has to go to Michael Brown. He was by far the worst
Michael
midfielder.
Tong, Michael Brown, Norris. What was the guy's name?
Was it David Norris?
David Norris, Paul. Yeah. Those were awful midfielders. Awful. Luke Murphy as well.
No, Luke Murphy wasn't as bad as them lot.
Yeah. Rudy Austin and Luke Murphy on the same level, and then everyone else, Michael Tong and Michael Brown, all the level below.
I hated Michael Brown at Leeds.
Yeah.
He was everything I hated about that Warnock side.
Just kept on putting in silly tackles, didn't he?
He was slow. He fouled people all the time. He couldn't pass a ball. He was just generally a poor player.
Yeah, I just enjoyed the chant. There's a team of Michael Browns. But yeah, Rudy Austin there. Really funny story. That Leeds United fans mental. We hate the colour red.
Weird breed.
Yeah, we
and
hate.
I say that as a member.
we hate the colour red. Of course, the big news though coming out this week is regarding Spanish midfielder, the wizard that is Pablo Hernandez. The 34-year-old has signed a 2-year contract extension at Leeds, running until the summer of 2022. So as you said before we started recording, basically a 2.5-year deal.
Yeah, because it's running until the summer of 2022, so that is 2.5 years.
Yeah, but fantastic news, this.
Yeah. I love Pablo. Who doesn't love Pablo?
Exactly.
I mean, he's not the most happy-go-lucky guy. He has a haunted face, but he is an extremely good footballer.
He is,
and has been for the entire time he's been at Leeds.
Yeah.
And obviously he's that effectively takes him to when he's 36, 37. So that'll be the end of his career, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
I'd love for him to stay on the playing staff in some kind of capacity, or if not, then I'd love to see him back at Elland Road any time after he retires. But up until that point, obviously we've got 2.5 years and he's still playing. Yeah, he'll have to. I think he'll end up becoming, obviously for this year and possibly next year, he'll be a fairly regular in the first team, in and out, or in and off the bench. And then obviously from beyond that, you'd expect as he gets older, he won't be able to. His stamina will go down.
He's old now, 34 years old.
Well, I know, but like. Strachan were playing for us when he was like 36, wasn't he? And he was kind of slowing down a bit. But yeah, Pablo's one of them players that kind of rekindled to a certain extent my desire to go every week.
Yeah, because he's a fantastic player.
I've always been a fan, and I always went now and again. But the desire to go every week has to be spurred by good play. Otherwise, you just end up psychotic and going and watching Michael Brown in midfield, which has happened to me in the past.
Yeah.
But yeah, him and Janssen were the kind of two players which you thought, oh yeah, this is why I want to go watch Leeds this week, because these two are just, one of them's really good at football, the other one's just mental, and he'll get the crowd going. Yeah. And Alioski's similar, but not as similar to Janssen for that kind of thing. But yeah, and Hernandez was the kind of player which he dragged a mediocre team under Monk and under Christensen, under Heckingbottom to slightly above that. He did all he could. He dragged this club from essentially mid-table dross to the edge of the playoffs.
Yeah, he is a fantastic player, Pablo Hernandez. Really, really good news. I must admit, though, I was kind of in the back of my mind thinking, he's 34 years old. He's just signed a 2-year deal. He'll be on a really, really high wage. Do we really want someone on the books until he's 36 years old? Because he's not going to be a regular first-team player in the next few years, is he?
I think it's just because we don't want to lose him at the end of the season. I think he'll have said he wants 2 years, and I think I personally would have put him on like a 1-year rolling thing because of his age.
Yeah,
because of his age. But I'm not disappointed with this at all. I love Pablo.
Yeah.
I mean, he got 10 goals and 10 assists last season. It's not like as if he's slowing down much.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always had a couple of injuries this season. He's been not featured as much, but he did play a few under-23s on Monday. You would expect him to feature on in the game at the weekend against Luton. I'm delighted. I'm not going to be.
Yeah. It's awesome news. It's awesome news. If he stays until the end of the contract, and that would mean that he's been at the club for 6 years, do you think another 4-year contract after that? Get it 10 years? Have a testimonial? That's the dream.
We can't just go chucking around 4-year contracts to drag people up to testimonials. That would cost thousands. It probably cost a couple of million. But which might be a throwaway for in the Prem, a couple of mil. Yeah, sure. Yeah. There you go, Pablo. But not while we're in the Championship, no. No.
But after those 2 years, do you see him still being involved at the club?
I would like to think so. The romantic part of me likes to think that.
Yeah.
The cold, calculated, cynical Leeds fan part of me thinks that he might just retire and then move back to Spain with his family, which I wouldn't begrudge him that at all. He's given us 6 years of extremely good football and his absolute best, and he deserves. Exactly. It's not as if he hasn't earned this contract. I mean, obviously, his age is a factor, but he has earned the contract. Yeah,
he has earned it. And, I hope that he stays at the club in some capacity after these 2 years and after he's done playing football on the football pitch. I hope that he does remain the coach or just in the backroom staff.
Like Football Manager, just having him in the background, just teaching everyone else to bang a free kick in 20 yards.
Exactly. Well, he's a fantastic player to have around, isn't he? So, Pablo Hernandez, 34-year-old Spanish midfielder, signed a 2-year contract extension running until the summer of 2022. And he'll probably be playing on Saturday, hopefully. We'll look ahead to Saturday's game now. Leeds United, of course, taking on Luton Town away at Kenilworth Road this Saturday afternoon for game number 17 of this championship season. And Charles, this is surely a win, isn't it? An easy win, this has to be.
It's still London.
Yeah.
It's still down south, and we do badly there.
Yeah, I mean, our past 12 league games in London, 1 win, 2 draws, 9 losses. Of course, 2 of those league losses in London, have come this season against Charlton and Millwall. So, not a good record away at London.
I mean, to be fair, we were poor against Charlton, and we were kind of cheated against Millwall to a certain extent with the red card. I mean, you've got to be confident because they are so terrible.
Yeah, they are bad. I mean, of course they have just been promoted from League One.
Their manager literally said, like, last week or the week before, that he said already that they're in a relegation battle. Imagine your manager saying that. Like, barely a third into the season, like, oh yeah, we're definitely going down. It's like, that's to motivate him. Like, what are you doing? Although, to be fair, carry on with that kind of horrendous style of motivation till at least we come away with the 3 points and then you go back to whatever you want.
Yeah, please do.
You think we'll win this? You'd like to think we would win it.
Yeah, this has to be an easy win. I mean, Luton Town, they are a dreadful team. They're not doing great at all this season. They're 21st in the league table and 14 points, just 1 point above the relegation zone. The last 6 games, 1 win, 5 losses. Conceded 12 goals in those 6 games. They've lost 4 games on the bounce. Yeah, absolutely dreadful form. They do have some well-known players, though. Jacob Butfield, Kazenga Lualawa, and Izzy Brown as well, who's doing well this season. 5 assists to his name.
Jacob Butfield's still playing football.
Yes, he was on loan at Bradford City last season.
That's unbelievable. I can't believe he's still playing.
Yeah, I mean, it was at Derby. He's still young. He's about 28, 29 years old.
Was he at Derby for a while?
Yeah, he was at Derby and just didn't get him a team.
Yeah, was it Hull as well? Am I thinking of somebody else? Am I thinking of Huddleston? I think I'm thinking Huddleston.
Yeah, but Jacob Butfield, Kazanga Lualuwa, who of course...
Huddleston's another player that's been playing for about 50 years now.
Yes. Lualuwa, who was, of course, had really, really good time at Brighton. And, of course, Izzy Brown, who was at Leeds last season, played that one first-team game. Oh, no, two first-team games, actually. But
came on at QPR away, which we lost, and in the Derby playoff semi-final second leg, which we lost.
Yeah, which is all his fault.
No, it's not his fault, but his fault banging that last-minute free kick over the bar, that was his fault.
Yeah, that was his fault.
If he'd have scored that and gone to pens, we might have won it.
That free kick against Derby, it reminds. It's similar to a free kick that I've seen recently, or penalty rather that I've seen recently in non-league football. A goalkeeper went up to take the penalty and hit it so high up and so hard that it crashed the light down. That was in the stands.
Yeah, I saw that video. For proper non-league stuff.
Yeah, but Izzy Brown, he's doing well this season. 5 assists to his name, but yeah, Luton Town not doing great at all. They've the last 6 games, as I said, 1 win and 5 losses, conceding 12 goals. Lost the last 4 games in dreadful form. This surely has to be a win for Leeds United, really. But as we said, Dub, we don't have good form away in London. Just 1 win, 2 draws, and 9 losses in our last 12 league visits to London. So. Not good at all. We do have a good record against Luton Town, though, to be fair. The last time we played them was on the 23rd of August 2016, away as well. We won 1-0 in the League Cup. But before that, the last time we played against them was 26th of January 2008. we
was
drew,
we were in League One?
Yeah, we drew 1-1 away in League One. But we do have a really, really good record. 7 wins, 2 draws and 1 loss in our past 10 meetings with them, but that does string all the way back to the 19th of January 1991. So we haven't played it too many times. Of course, they did get relegated with us in 2007. That championship season went down to League One. They got relegated with us. But yeah, we do.
What a beautiful connection to have with another club.
But yeah, we haven't beaten in our last 4 meetings with them. 3 wins and a draw. So yeah, really, really good form against Luton, actually. So yeah, hopefully we do win this one. Score prediction for Saturday's game?
I'm going to go 2-0 Leeds. I think we'll do them.
2-0 Leeds. I'm going to go... I think we might concede, you know.
We can't concede against them. They're so crap.
But Izzy Brown hasn't scored this season. It's a victim stars for him to score against Leeds. His first goal of the season against Leeds.
That is true.
I'm going to go 3-1.
We've got the best defence in the league, mate. We're in the top 4 tiers of English football.
Well, it's away at Luton Town. Away in London. We don't do well.
We're the only club not to have conceded single-figure goals. 9 goals we've conceded.
Yeah.
And we're not going to concede. 2-0 Leeds.
I reckon we'll win
if
comfortably.
If we do concede, it's going to be off a corner.
Yeah. I reckon we'll win comfortably. 3-1. 3-1 I'm going to go for. And Leeds United, of course, they take on Reading away on Tuesday night as well. Of course, we won't be recording before that game, so we'll preview it here. Reading, they're currently 17th in the Championship table on 18 points, 5 points above the relegation zone. They haven't beaten the last 4 games, though, at the time we are speaking. 3 wins and a draw in the last 4 games. All those 3 wins did come at home as well. They do take on Brentford away this Saturday, but, I mean, looking at their form right now, they've won the past 3 home games. It's shaping up to be a hard game for Leeds United, this one.
I don't know, I just always think about last season, how we just, we're 3-0 up at half-time, we're just, cruising. It was so easy.
Yeah.
But obviously, they're a different manager then. Yeah, they've kind of dragged them. They were down in the bottom 3 for a while. They kind of dragged themselves a bit clear. Good for them. I mean, I kind of hope Reading would go down. I'm sick of playing them. It just feels like it is the most championship fixture going. Is playing Reading. we seem to be there all the time. It's just and it's a nothing game. So no one cares about it.
Yeah.
Even the Reading fans don't care. They don't even turn up.
They don't turn up to Elland Road. We of course bring our numbers down to Reading, but no one cares.
It's just a really boring fixture usually.
Of course, it's on TV as well. The main Sky Sports game.
It was on TV really last year. Who wants to watch us play Reading? Who's thinking? You know what? Let's have Leeds v Reading on.
But it is the main game of Sky Sports, which is nice. So I can watch it.
Imagine it being the main game. The main game.
That must not be any good game.
He was thinking, oh yeah, we've got a couple of Premiership fixtures here. We've got a couple of local derbies in League One. No, we'll have Leeds v Reading on the main event. It's just.
But yeah, it's shaping up to be a hard game right now. Of course, we don't know the result of the game going into this, because of course they do play away at Brentford on Saturday, but
They'll get bad there.
yeah, they probably will, won't they? But they're in good form right now, though. They've won the last 3 home games, so yeah, it could be difficult. But we do have a decent record against Reading, though. Of course, we did a double over them last season, a 1-0 win at Elland and a 3-0 win away back in March. We drew the game previous to that. We lost for two games before that one, but we picked up 3 wins and 2 draws in the 5 games before that. So we do have a really, really good record. Only 2 losses in our past 10 meetings with them. So yeah, we do have a good record against Reading. I was just doing the maths there. But yeah, we do have a good record against them. Score predictions for Tuesday night's game away at Reading?
I mean, it's difficult to make a prediction when I don't know how Saturday's game's going to go.
Yeah, but come on. I mean, these 2 games are surely 6 points.
For the sake of the podcast, give us one anyway. I think...
I mean, these 2 games, away at Luton, away at Reading, these are surely 2 wins and 6 points.
I'm going to go 1-0 away at Reading.
1-0. I mean, we won there 3-0 last season. And we're 3-0 up in the first half.
Yeah, but you've just enlightened me to the fact they were a good home side. Mate.
Yeah,
so I'm going to go for a 1-0 win.
I'll go 3-1 again. I'll go 3-1 again to Leeds United.
It wasn't 3-1 last season.
No,
it was 3-0.
I'll go 3-1 again because I'm predicting 3-1 win over Luton.
It was actually the Pablo last season. It was the closest he ever came to a hat-trick. I think he missed a really easy chance at the end of the game that he could have sealed his first ever Leeds hat-trick on the volley, but he missed it.
Yeah.
Shambles. Rip up his contract.
How dare we give him a 2-year extension? He's dreadful.
Missing chances like that, scandalous.
But yeah, these are surely 2 wins for Leeds United, a game away at Luton.
I'd like to apologise for wasting everyone's time with this drivel banter we've had on tonight.
Apologies. But yeah, these are surely 2 wins for Leeds United, away at Luton, away at Reading. These are surely two wins and 6 points in the bag for Leeds United heading into that Middlesbrough game at home rather next Saturday.
Yeah, and that I mean, they'll turn up. They always turn up for us, the Middlesbrough.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Even how poor they are, we're going to end up with Ryan Shotton nodding one in from a corner. You just see it now.
Daniel Ayala
punching Alioski in the face, breaking his nose, and not getting sent off.
Yeah. But yeah, that does.
Actually, before we end, mate, I didn't want to give a shout out to my brother Henry because he's consistently asking me to give him a shout out every week, and I always forget. So. All right, mate. I hope you're asleep right now.
Little brother?
Yeah, little. I've got 2 younger brothers, but my little one, he's 8.
Yeah, shout out to Charles's little brother, Henry.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. But that does bring us to the end of episode 44 of the All Things Leeds podcast. Thank you very much, as always, to Charles for joining me.
Thanks for having me on, mate.
And thank you very much, as everyone, to everyone who has listened or watched on YouTube and Facebook. Just give the camera a little wave.
Cheers,
right
everyone.
Cheers for watching on YouTube and Facebook, and cheers for everyone who has watched. We really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed them, why not subscribe or follow the podcast? Give us a 5-star rating. If you are listening on Apple Podcasts, share the podcast around as well. Make sure to follow All Things Leeds on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Search All Things Leeds 1 on Twitter and Instagram. Search All Things Leeds on Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as well if you have not already. Just search up All Things Leeds on there. Me and Charles, we will be back next week, but for now, take care and we'll see you soon. By the way, next week we're going to be joined by Andy McVeigh of Bailey Banksy. We'll be joined by him next week.
Look forward to that.
So yeah, we can talk about all his paintings and everything. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, me and Charles will be back next week, joined by Andy McVeigh of Bailey Banksy. But for now, take care and we'll see you soon.